Hello everybody, John from Windy City Origami. 皆さんこんにちは。Windy City Origami の John です。皆さん元気ですか？ 6 月ですね。暑くなってきた。It became a little bit hot outside. It's June. I'm happy to see everybody here. We are back again for some more origami. We're going to be focusing on some intermediate level origami for the month of June. It's going to get a little bit more difficult. So thanks for tuning in, and we're going to be live every Tuesday and Saturday at 5 o'clock p.m., and we'll try to keep this going. And toward the end of the month, we've got some more complicated models. They're going to take 2 sessions, so each one's going to be about a half hour. I'm going to try to limit the sessions to around a half hour. 毎回この折り紙を説明するときに30分か40分まで説明します。それは私の目標ですね。もし延長したらすみませんけど、楽しみましょう。Let's have fun together. So, the first thing that we're going to do today is we're going to fold a crane. This is a traditional crane. And what we're going to need is a piece of paper. So just grab out any size. I have a 15 centimeter sheet, and we are going to start with the white side facing up, and we are going to fold along the diagonal. So the diagonal is the first step. So try to be as neat as you can. The first fold is always really important, to get it as neat as you can. And fold that, and then we'll move on to the second step. So now the second step is to fold this up here, just like that. Try to be as neat as you can. Okay, so now your piece of paper should look like this. Now what we're going to do is pivot this, and it's going to push down. Okay, this is what's called a squash fold. So you're going to kind of hold down right here and squash it down so it goes into like a square shape. And make sure this corner comes down to the bottom before you crease these up here. Okay, so that completes step number 3. And then we'll move on to step number 4. So step number 4 is to turn the model over. So we'll turn it over. And now, as you can see, we're doing the exact same thing on this side. What I like to do is fold it over to the right first. Fold it over to the right. And notice how I put my fingers down here, because the paper can sometimes slide. So if you keep your finger down here, you can kind of make sure that paper pivots all the way. And then what we're going to do is take the paper and open it up and press it down. Okay, so get that paper to come down all the way. Just like that. Alright, now step number 6. As you can see, we're doing valley folds, and we're taking these sides here and bringing them into the middle. Okay, so take it and go right into the middle. This is what's called an angle bisector. So fold it, use your fingernail to kind of crease that. Really nice. I'm going to do the other side. And crease that side as well. Nice and firm creases. And now we're going to step number 7. So step number 7 is what's known as a petal fold. So we'll unfold these. Now you'll see this comes to a point here, and this comes to another point. We need to connect those lines. See, I'm folding this down. So what's happening here is that there's a point here. There's a point here where these come in. So you can, in fact, leave this even folded over and just fold this down to get that started. Okay, so you're going straight across. Use your fingernail here as well. Okay, and then unfold. So now you have a crease. So now when you open this up, this will go up along that crease and then it opens up, and then these sides are going to come down. Just like that. Okay. So step 8 shows that in progress, and step 9 shows it completed. So step number 9 now is turning it over, and we're going to repeat the exact same thing on the other side. So we'll take a look at step number 10. That's where we are right now. Step number 11 is showing the exact same thing. So how do we do that? We do exactly what we did before. We fold these into the middle. Fold that to the middle. Fold the one on the left to the middle. Just like that. Open them up. You already have a line up here. You can fold it down this way to create the valley fold we're looking for. Get that to go up. And then this will come down. Change direction up there at the top. Okay. And everybody should look like that. Great. Step number 12. Now what we're doing is thinning these bottom pieces. So this is going to come into the middle, creating an angle bisector. See how I'm doing that? Let me zoom in. Everybody can see. That's going into the middle. Come all the way down to the bottom. And do that on the other side as well. Just like that. Okay? So now step number 13 is complete. So step number 14. 13 doesn't tell you on here, but you have to do the same thing on the other side. So we'll turn it over, and we're going to fold these into the middle as well. Just like that. Okay, so now step number 14 is bringing these bottom pieces up. You're doing an inside reverse fold. So what you do for this one is you put your finger inside of here, and this whole piece is going to come up like this, go to the very bottom to as far as it'll go up. This whole thing will go up. See how I'm doing that? The whole thing. Now these papers might be too close together, as they are in my case. See how they're too close together? I'm going to roll them out, just create a little bit of a gap. Sometimes that happens. I'm creating a little bit of a gap, because what's going to happen is that this is going to come up like this, and it's going to fold in half, going this way. So the paper can't be getting in the way of itself. Okay? So that's going to come up and sit just like that. And do the exact same thing on the other side. So turn it over. Open it up again. Bring this paper up like this. And then the paper is going to change direction. And again, if you need to create a gap, you can kind of pull it apart a little bit so that the paper will fold in half. And then fold it up, just like so. Okay, so now everybody should look like step number 16. So now, as you can see, this front piece is pivoting down just a little bit, so we can do that as well, make ours match. Just pinch it down here at the bottom, make it look the same. Now what we're doing is creating the head. So you can see here, all we're doing is doing another inside reverse fold up at the top. Inside reverse fold the top like this. pinch it down. Make a nice little head. Okay, and then last but not least, the wings are going to come out. So to do that, all you do is pull, open up the wings. You can kind of fold them down just a little bit, pull them out a little bit. All depends on the style you want to have. But what can help here is on the bottom, you can spread these out like this. And if you do that, it's kind of like an X. What you'll find is that the crane will stand up. And the tricky part is getting the wings to come down while these bottom pieces are opening up. So try moving the wings down, play around with it until it can stand up. And that completes our crane. That's a very basic crane. Okay? So now we're going to move on to another model that I used to love as a kid, and this is the balloon box. And this is a fun one. You can blow it up and then fine-tune the edges after you do that. But this is a very quick and easy one. A lot of fun to fold. So we're going to go ahead and learn how to fold this here now. So we'll go ahead and switch over to the balloon box. And I'll go ahead and get rid of these diagrams and throw the balloon box diagrams up there. Go ahead and make that a little bit bigger for everybody. Hold on, bear with me, folks. There we go. Okay, so we're going to start with the white side facing up. Okay. Start with I've got a pink piece of paper, so I'm going to start with the white side facing up and fold it in half. So fold the paper in half to start. Okay, next we're going to fold the paper in half again. You can see the open part being down here and folding it in half again. Just like so. And then step 3, you're going to open this up like this, and you're going to push it down. See how this is happening here? So it's opening up and pivoting to make a triangle. Last time we did this, we pivoted to create a square, but now we're pivoting to create a triangle. Okay, so I'll show you that again. Open, pivot down to create this triangle and flatten. Okay? And then step 5, turn the paper over. Turn it over. Step 6, do the same thing. So what helps is if you go to the left, create that fold first, open it up, and then push it down. Okay, so now everybody should look like step number 7. Fold the corners up and score to form diagonal diamond shape. So this is going to go up to the top, and you're going to fold it down. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. And go ahead and fold it down. Okay, that's step 7. Step 8, turn over and do the same thing on the other side. So go ahead and turn it over. We're going to fold these up. Do the same thing. There we go. Okay, great. So now step 9, fold the points into the center and score. So all we do for this, very easy, fold these, zoom in, All you're doing is taking these side ones and folding them right into the middle. And from the side, and do the other side as well. Okay, and then what we're going to do is that's step 9. Step 10, turn over and do the same thing on the other side. So turn it over, fold these right into the middle. There we go, just like that. And now moving on to step number 11. This is a fun one. So these two little flaps right here, they're going to come inside of this little pocket. Okay, so I'm just going to take my pen here, open up the pocket. See that little pocket? So this corner is going to go slide in there. Doesn't matter how, it doesn't need to be perfect, but try to get it as far in there. So what I'm going to do is open mine up. And I'm going to fold it down so I know, like, that would be too far. The edge would get stuck. So I'm going to fold it to the point where it's not going to get stuck, but where it will fit all the way inside. Do the same thing on the other one. Kind of get the fold started. And now I can tuck it in with confidence. See, it'll stay in there. Same thing over here. And push that in. Just like that. And we'll turn it over on the other side. Do the same thing. Get the fold started. And then we'll open it up. And we'll tuck that little corner right into that little slit. Fold it down. Same thing on the other side. And put it in there. Great. All right. So now step number 12. Blow through the hole. So this is a cool part. So right now, if we zoom out, this is the second to last step. Okay. So let's just take a look. It says, blow up through the hole marked by the arrow. Poke into shape through the hole with a skewer if necessary. And you're done. So you can expand it, but here let's go ahead and see how this is done. So you take the box and take a look at the side that's opposite of where you tucked. See where you tucked these in? Don't blow from there. That's a closed corner. Blow from the bottom part right here. Now mine's starting to blow up, so you might have to help it a little bit. So mine blew up almost all the way, but it's kind of not going every single which way. So now is when I can help it out. As long as you've blown it up most of the way, what you can do now is start creasing the remaining sections. So let's take a look. So mine, see up here on the top? Oh, this is considered the top. Here's where I blew next to the hole. So you can pinch through the hole, but what we're going to do is just look at the corners here. I'm just going to pull these two edges apart. Kind of try to squeeze. I want to get a line going between those two corners. See, I just kind of pinched it down from corner to corner. That's what you want to do all around the box. So I'm going to do it on this next edge here. Just kind of pinch very lightly. Pull those apart. Get a nice straight line. Just like that. Do it on the other side here. Get them all straight. That looks nice. And then these are already straight. Here's one that I'm gonna have to create. So just go all the way around the box and just kind of get those edges folded, pinched pinch together a little bit. Just take your time as you go across. Looks fairly square there. These are all folded in already. And there we go. I've done every edge. Now I can blow a little bit more. Just to make sure. And there we go. So I've got my cube. Got my cube, and I've got my crane. My crane on top of my cube. Let's see if we can get this lined up. There we go. Kind of a nice little setup there. I like that. Yeah. Shows the crane on top of a box and a fan. It's pretty cool, right? You can put this very carefully in a display somewhere. Great, that completes today's crane and box. 皆さん見てくれてありがとうございます。またね。See you next time. Bye everybody.